Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on Saturday, February 17th. Here with the Pig Dogs Morning Show, man. I kind of got my voice back. Feels good to be able to hit the yo the right way. We got a full house here on a beautiful college hoops Sunday. No NBA today. Kind of sad, but we're going to get through some college hoops, huge NHL. Plenty of spots to make some money. And like I said, I got the best crew of guys with me today. Somebody I talk to on the daily, every day. Right here to my right, Chris Ruffalo. What's happening, my man?
Not much, Jay. I thought you would have been sick of me at this point, but you know what? We get through, and no NBA like you said, but still 144 game college hoops card we got to break down. So ready to talk about it. Swept the board yesterday. Excited to bring it in today. Hopefully carry that over to today's action.
There you go, Roof. Heating up. Might be a great time to hop on with my man Romanelli, Mr. Bankshot Breakdown. What's happening?
Good morning, Jay. I got to say, it's a loaded card, 144 games, like Chris said, but I thought it was a pretty tricky card, handicapping-wise. There's, a lot of entertaining games on the board, but handicapping-wise, I didn't see a ton of value, but, still ready to go through this card with you guys today.
How many plays you got today?
I got 3 premiums in college, so, tried it pretty lightly. Normally, for a Saturday card, 5+, but this card was pretty tricky.
There you go. But locked and loaded on 3. Hop on with
Love the 3 I got. Yeah, that's for sure.
There you go. Hop on with Romanelli. Brian B. Speaking of hot in college hoops, this is Mr. College Hoops thus far this season. On top of the leaderboard here at Pig Dogs. Tearing it up. What's happening?
Well, I crapped out yesterday 1 and 2 on Friday, but Friday's usually the day that I struggle with. But today, I agree with Romanelli. It's a tricky card. You got to pick your spots, but definitely lots of action and opportunities out there today.
There you go. How many you got today?
5 premiums in college basketball.
There you go. Locked and loaded today. Costi, what's happening, my man?
What's up? Just another Saturday. Yeah, unlike last week where we had probably the best college basketball weekend of the year with the matchups, this weekend I have to agree with the council here. I mean, it's very tricky, but as I always say, I always sway to the home side, and as long as I'm not picking against Bitler, usually on the show, I usually end up having a good day. If we're on opposites throughout the entire day, usually it's not a good day for me. So overall, excited for it. It's a little break from NBA till next week, so it just dial it in and make it a money-making Saturday.
Make it a money-making Saturday. Hot Rod, hey, college hoops on deck, but Rod, not 13 NHL games today, too. All day action in the NHL, man. I know you locked and loaded today. What's happening?
Locked and loaded today. Yeah, winners. 2 straight winning days. Looking to make it 3 straight winning days. We won last week in college hoops. Went 6-4 last week in college hoops, and I like this card. I think there's a bunch of spots that we can definitely make some money. Everybody else who's went lightly, I went a little bit heavy. I got 13 college plays I absolutely love, and I got NHL 3-pack. So I love today's card. Jump aboard. Let's make some money. Continue 3 straight winning days. Love it.
Keep it rolling with Hot Rod Zawacki. Tony T on a Saturday show. Been a guest here quite a bit here recently. Tony T, I know this is one of your days, man. Locked and loaded college hoops. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. We got early action up there with 3-pack. We're going to some primetime games. Yeah, looks like you said it's all top loaded here. A lot of Big 10, a lot of Big 12 to start the day. But boy, is there any home team that you can trust more than San Diego State? They just crush teams at home.
Most definitely. Alex Smart, my man, welcome to the weekend show. How you doing today?
Good, Jay. Everything's good. Just looking for edges like always. Nothing's a for sure, but there's just edges out there that you have to always take advantage of, and that's what I've got plenty of this week. I've got 6 college basketball selections that I felt really strongly about. 3 sides, 3 totals, the magic of 3. Get us some luck here today, and I've got 1 NHL selection on board, and that comes later tonight with Carolina at Vegas.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the weekend show, my man. Try not to beat you up too bad on here.
All right, go ahead.
I'm kidding. Jovan, what's happening, my man? How you doing today?
Another big college basketball Saturday. I got a lot of plays going, so
I know you locked and loaded. Give me a estimate about how many you got today, locked and loaded premium side.
I'm gonna have 16 on deck.
Javon, hey, you love volume. Javon's your man.
That's right. Who's favorite Big L or Javon?
Like I said, on the Saturday where it's so many plays, and what I figure to be, more than a few soft lines that could be taken advantage of. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a lot of plays on deck on the Saturday. College basketball.
There you go. We got how many is it today, Ruffalo?
144.
144. Hey, let's dive into it all right now then. Let's dive into it. Let's go 11 or noon for most of you guys, Eastern, through 1. Is that big enough? We'll go to 2. So we'll stop at Fordham, Dayton. We'll do that first little bunch because there's some really good games in there. Texas Tech, Iowa State through Fordham, Dayton. Ruffalo, I'll start with you, my man.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take Alabama here. I'm gonna lay the 8.5 at home. This Alabama team is just so good on the offensive end of the floor. And Texas A&M, Buzz Williams normally has his guys ready for spots like these, but I just can't see the Aggies keeping up for a full 40 minutes. We've seen Alabama run teams out of the gym at home pretty much all year long, and I just think this track meet that Texas A&M just isn't prepared for. I'm going to lay the points with Alabama here.
Alabama, Crimson Tide for Ruffalo. Romanelli.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go rapid fire today, but I like 3 in this window. K-State at home. They've been a money-making machine. They take down some tough teams at home. I like them in this spot. Florida, got to fade Mike White. It's just something I like to do. He's one of the worst coaches in college basketball. And finally, Fordham. I think that's just too many points. I think Fordham's better than its record. I think their defense is solid. Dayton, we saw them score like 40-something points against VCU a couple of games. So I don't know if I trust that offense to win and blow them out. So give me the points with Fordham.
Fordham, Florida, and K-State for Romanelli. Brian B., what you got for me in this slot?
It's always tough to follow the stud Ron Romanelli here, but I'm going to give one that I almost had as my one of my premium picks. I don't like to load up early. I seem to have bad luck when I do that, but I'm going to go with the Butler Bulldogs plus the points. My only worry is they they beat Creighton a little bit about a week ago. Revenge spot for Creighton, but the line seems a little bit light. This is where Butler makes their sausage here. If they want to make the big dance in March, they're probably a bubble team. They need to get this win against Creighton at home. I'll take Butler plus the points.
I was looking at that game, Brian. I like the Blue Jays. I like Creighton, but that game scares me too. If I were to bet that thing, I probably would have went Butler as well. But I left it alone. Costi.
I'm all over the Cavaliers here. Love UVA at home. They just lost to Pittsburgh. It's going to be a bounce back spot for them. This is also a revenge game where they got beat up pretty badly by Wake, Wake at home is 13-0. They've been balling, but they're 2-6 on the road. I think it's a good revenge spot. Virginia on Saturdays, single digits at home, plays incredible. I love them only laying 3, so you don't really have to worry about the number too much. It's actually down to 2.5 at some places. So grab Virginia, laying 2.5 should be an easy cover.
Go Virginia for Costi. Hi, Rob, what you got for me in this slot?
Costi was reading my sheet over here. I like Virginia as well. Revenge spot for Virginia. They play their best hoops at home. And they did just got beat by Wake earlier this season. Both teams did lose to Pitt, so both have lost to Pitt. And Virginia's looking for a bounce back. 13-1 at home this season and only having to lay 2.5. That defense is holding teams to 51 points a game at home is Virginia. So I like Virginia in the spot, only having to lay 2.5. I agree with Costi in that one.
Tony T.
Yeah, I'm liking in this time slot. I like Penn State here plus the points. I think they've just padded just a little too many points in Nebraska. Nebraska has been a pretty good home team, but Penn State's shooting form will get them to cover here. And Nebraska's had some struggles of late shooting the basketball. I like Penn State, and I'm also I like Romanelli's selection there with K-State as well.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Penn State. They let me down their last game. If I were to bet this game, Tony T, I probably would go Penn State again. I left them alone, spite alone. I'm going to just be honest. Spite alone. They should have covered it. Maybe a good spot to jump back on them, no? Alex.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm in the right time slot here, but I like Texas to get the crap kicked out of them today by Houston. First time they played each other. They played a great game, but you could see there was a definite difference. Brand names are important in college basketball when the public is involved. So, this line opened up at 11.5 and sharp money came right in right away. But at the same time, it's not always sharp money that moved that line. A lot of money came in at the beginning. Could be some whales. I'm not really sure. I'm still looking into it, but that's why this is just a recommended play at this point. But, tell you the truth, the way Houston's played at home, it's just been amazing. They just destroyed everybody, 13-0. And I think Texas, despite of the brand, despite of how, viable a team they are, Houston's ready to rock and roll here. Make a statement. Houston
for Alex Smart. I don't blame you, man. Them boys, they the truth. They the truth. Houston's the truth. I wouldn't be surprised if they kicked the crap out of Texas either. Jovan, talk to me, my man. What you got for me?
Yeah, I agree with Romanelli on K-State. K-State loses a 5 of their last 6. And they're at home. They need to win, to start the bleed. And I think they get it done with that short number against TCU, who hasn't really looked all that well on the road as of late. Other than that, I want to give out one more. At this number with the Penn State-Nebraska game, it's creeping up there. It's at 8.5 right now. I would lean Penn State. The only thing is Penn State hasn't, the road, in Omaha, Nebraska hasn't been too kind for them, going to that spot. So tread lightly on that one, but I'm on Penn State. Just a lean.
For sure. In this slot, hey, nobody touched on this game, so I will. I think I've told you guys plenty of times, I think this team could go on a run and possibly win the whole damn thing. I'm going to take Iowa State and lay the points at the crib. I believe it was the other day on the drive-through, I heard Alex Smart talking about Iowa State, and he summed this team up perfectly. They're really great defensively, and they're also really great offensively, and very rarely do you get that in college hoops. They're great on both ends of the floor, two-way team. Texas Tech is really good as well, but not in Iowa State, man. I've said on these airwaves, I give Iowa State 4.5 extra points at home because they're just that damn good at home. I'm not fading them boys, not in this spot. I think they probably win the game by double digits. So give me Iowa State in that one. And then secondly, I'm going to go K-State as well. I think Romanelli also hit the nail on the head with that one. TCU on the road, I have my concerns. Last time we seen them, they got aired out by ISU. Kansas State, they're a different team at home. I know they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. But that Kansas win was a really good win for them. And this is a program that when they get a little spark at home, they usually keep it rolling. And they're not out of it yet. They got a lot of work to do, but they can start by getting a win today at home. I'm going to take K-State as well here in this first slot. Fellas, let's keep it rolling. We're going to go 2 Eastern. So we'll start with Virginia Tech, North Carolina, and we will go through 3 Eastern. We'll stop at New Mexico State, Western Kentucky. I think that's a pretty decent slot. It's a lot of games today, but what y'all think? Roof, what you think? Should we go bigger than that, or should we stop right there?
I would just go 2 o'clock. It's a huge slot at 2.
All right.
2 to 3.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I was thinking. I'll start with you again here, Roof. Talk to me. What you like in this slot, my man?
Yeah, I like Wisconsin on the road. I know Big Ten home court has been the big edge this season. At least it's been one of the, conferences where it's been the most dominant. But I really like this Wisconsin team. I know Iowa normally puts their best foot forward at home. but I've been burned a couple times with Iowa lately. This is a team that relies heavily on a lot of 3-point variance and a lot of big offensive performances. And Wisconsin's a veteran team. They're not going to be rattled by the road environment. I know they lost 4 straight before getting a win last time out. I think Wisconsin picks up a win here over Iowa. I think they clamp down and get the win on the road. And Jay, I'm going to steal a page out of your book. I like the Zips. I like Akron against Buffalo. Buffalo's the worst team in the MAC by a wide margin. Give me Akron here in a blowout.
Zip. I'm all over them Zips today, too. Like you said, Buffalo's ass. And the Zips coming off that loss to James Madison, they're going to beat the brakes off of Buffalo. Romanelli, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm looking at the now I lost it here. Oh, BYU over Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, one of those Big 12 teams that definitely is much more competitive at home, but I still don't think it's enough here. I think BYU, they're playing good ball. They haven't been great against the number recently because they've just been taking their foot off the pedal in the second halves of games. Like they were big favorites against K-State and UCF. They won both of those games comfortably, but failed to cover the number. I think this is a case where BYU does win this game by double digits. It's just a much better team on pretty much all facets of the game, and I don't think that home court advantage is going to matter enough.
There you go. Brian B., talk to me.
Yeah, another game that I probably should have had on my premium list. I looked at St. Joe's last night. They were at 3.5. I see it's now +1.5, +2.5. The only thing that worried me is St. Joe's already beat Duquesne once, but Duquesne at home just 3-8 against the number this year. They have owned St. Joe's over the last 10 spread-wise, but I think St. Joe's gets it done today. They need to win out the A10. I'll take the +1.5.
There you go. I call them boys Duckanese. That's how it looks like it should be pronounced. Duquesne. I don't know about all that. Costa.
I'm looking at an extra game here. I like Stetson at home. Since the last time they played Florida Gulf Coast, when they got blown out at Florida Gulf Coast, they've won 5 out of 6 games. And not only are they winning, they're covering. I love them at home. They've been great at home this year. And for the Atlantic Sun in general, like teams at home are just good, and then teams on the road suck. There's not a lot of balance there with any team. So Florida Gulf Coast, another good home team, but unfortunately today they're playing on the road. Revenge spots for Stetson, 9-1 at home. Love everything about this game. I know it's an added game, so gonna have to look at the 6-digit numbers to get this one in. Stetson -2. Love it.
There you go. Stetson at the crib. Rod Zawacki, talk to me, my man.
And for me in this time slot, I like Northeastern plus points against Hofstra. I'm a Hofstra guy, and Northeastern already outrighted them once this season. And coming in, you think this is a revenge spot for Hofstra, but Hofstra covering a 6.5 number spread. It's not what they do. They win games, but if you look, they win by 1, they win by 2, they win by 3. But covering a 6.5 spread, give me Northeastern plus the 6.5. I think Northeastern comes in and keeps it close again with Hofstra. If they don't outright them again, Hofstra's not as good as they have been in the last couple seasons. And if you look, they're not covering spreads. So give me Northeastern plus points coming into Hofstra. I think they keep it close.
Northeastern against Hofstra for Hot Rod. Tony T.
Yeah, I like the BYU pick there. Oklahoma State can't shoot. They can't defend. That's a bad combination in conference when you can't do anything good. And I'm going to look at Iowa here, buy low spot Iowa here in this spot, just based on their home shooting form. I just can't trust Wisconsin on the road. They've not been a really good road team, failing to cover 7-11 and losing 4 or 5 straight up.
I know that Iowa game. I was looking at it. If I were the lines maker in that Iowa game, I would have Iowa favored just basically because of how Wisconsin has played in that game. Is that saying Wisconsin can't come in there and win it? No, they can come in there and win it. I do think Wisconsin's probably the better team. But like Tony T said, their road form right now, can't expect them to win on the road, in my opinion. So I like Iowa with you, Tony T, in that one. Roof, what we say about catching falling knives?
Well, that's why my hands are in rough shape.
I wouldn't be
I'll
surprised.
have to teach you how to do it then.
You gotta like go like this. You gotta like grab it
for 30s.
Isn't how you do it. You like go like this.
Only grab for the
see,
handle,
Catch it
man.
with one hand.
Why
You
are you
gotta,
trying to catch the blade? Don't try to
Well,
catch the blade.
it's all
That's gonna
about
slice
surface
your hands
area.
up a bit.
It's
You
about
just
surface
so
area.
grab the
It's
handle.
about surface
Well,
area.
I know.
Give myself the best shot at catching it by catching the widest part.
I'm reaching for the handle. That's what, if it's coming down and I'm catching it, I'm going for the handle.
Alex Smart, my man, what you like in this slot?
Man, I hate to go against other cappers here on this site, but you know what?
That's why we love the Saturday show, Alex. That's why we love the Saturday.
But there's too much of a point swing for me with that Florida Gulf Coast Stetson game. Like we're talking like complete domination. I know another team wants redemption. I know how this conference has gone. I know Stetson plays well at home. The conference plays well at home. They've taken 5 of the last 6 games. But to me, from a mathematical standpoint, there's just too much of a swing here in point status. And you can see now we've only got a +2 line here to deal with, or some other books I see it moving around a bit here. But anyway, make a long story short, too much of a line swing for me. Whether the empirical facts about how well one team plays at home and how much revenge there is here on board and how well they've done in the past, nothing's perfect. Things can change, history changes, and let's see what happens. But I just think too much of a point swing, so I'm going to take the points. I'm going to go, I guess, with the favorite. I guess. Sorry.
There you
go. Gulfstream.
Joe Vaughn, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm on Valparaiso in this one. They're a bad team to be sure, but against the spread, they are a pretty decent team. And on the road, specifically where they're 9-2 against spread, Missouri State, they're okay, but they're not as good as years past. And I see Valpo being feisty in this one. So, and I'm gonna roll with UNC. I'm gonna roll with the Tar Heels. Coming off that loss at Syracuse, just a bounce back spot against a Virginia Tech team who I'm really not impressed with.
There you go. In that slot, I was gonna roll with Akron. Y'all already know I'll be all over them zips. Buffalo is terrible, garbage, terrible. Don't even think about it. Points with the zips, zip. Coming off the loss, we know they got the capability to blow teams out on the road. Last time we seen them out on the road before the loss to James Madison, they kicked the living crap out of Eastern Mich. We're gonna do the same to Buffalo. Let's go Zips. I'm on Akron in this slide. Let's keep it rolling. We're gonna go Marquette, UConn through. Let's go through Lipscomb, Central Arkansas. I think that's a pretty good slide. So up until 5 Eastern. I think that's a decent slide. Ruffalo, talk to me, my man. It's a pretty big slide.
Yeah, I know you got me lost here. I'm trying to get my bearings here.
I know. I don't like reading the games all out like Mitch does.
I get it. There's
You'll be
a lot
reading them for 2 hours.
Yeah, so
I mean that 4:30 time slot's bowling shoe ugly.
Exactly.
Sorry, give me a sec here. I gotta get my bearings about me.
Who are you calling ugly? That's me. I like a 4:30 spot today.
Gosh, that's for me to know and you not to. I'm going to take Youngstown State here, laying the points against Cleveland State. I've been on this Penguins team going back to last season. This is one of my favorite teams to back in the Horizon League, and I don't know. I just think Cleveland State. I don't know. I think they're a home underdog for a reason in this matchup. Not one of my favorite teams to back in the Horizon League. That's for sure. So give me Youngstown State there, and give me the over 147.5 in Marquette UConn. I think it's going to be a track meet. I think up and down the floor. I think one of those 80 to 76 kind of games. So give me the over Marquette UConn.
Over Marquette UConn and the Penguins. Or did you fade the Penguins? My bad.
No, I took the Penguins.
Yeah, the Penguins. I thought so. The Penguins. Youngstown. Romanelli. This is your type slot right here. Like these are the Romanelli style games in this little slot, right? I feel like.
Sure, but I'm not really looking at most of these games. Honestly, just like one Boston College, I like them to grab the W. Miami, it used to be that this team had a potent offense and a mediocre defense, but now they're kind of mediocre on both ends of the court. Turn the ball over too much. They don't really get to the free throw line much, so they rely on making tough shots, and they're in bad form. They've lost 4 of the last 5 games. Looked like they were going to be competitive against Clemson, then they end up losing that game by 17. Just can't trust them here on the road where they've lost 3 straight games in true road games. Boston College, much better team at home. They've won 2 of their last 3 home games, so give me BC on the money line.
BC against the Hurricanes. Mitch ain't here to, Brian, talk to me.
I got to tell you, I think the junior sharp was reading off my sheet. Without Mitch here, I can attack Miami without repercussions here. Miami has owned Boston College. They beat them 4 straight times, but Miami's gotten woodshedded 2 out of the last 3. They just got crushed. I think Boston College comes in here and kind of makes up for past failed results against the Hurricanes here. I like Boston College on the money line too.
Boston College in that one. I was looking at that game. I really was. I couldn't get there. I couldn't get there either way, though. I think, like Romanelli summed it up. It was one of them games today where it's like, I'd rather leave it alone. Costi.
I like a couple games in this slot. Love South Carolina at home laying the 6. I just think they're another situation where a really good home team and they blow teams out at home. I think should be a double-digit win there. That line should have been 8, 8.5. I also like Western Kentucky laying the points and Central Florida to win outright.
Nice little slot there from Costi.
Yeah, I told you. That's why Chris was hating on me. It's an ugly slot. It's ugly.
Oh, man. Hi, Rod. What you like here, my man?
Like a couple here in the spot. I agree with. I like UCF against Cincinnati. Take them out right at home. I think they are the better team. Cincinnati's won a few against them, but I think this is the UCF spot in that one. But when you go to the Atlantic 10, Davidson taking on the Bonnies. And you look, both teams can definitely play some defense. Davidson holding teams to 66.9 points on defense, while the Bonnies 66.5 points defensively. And I think this is going to be a close, tight battle. And you're going to get 7.5 with Davidson. Yeah, give me Davidson. Davidson's outrighted the Bonnies the last 3 meetings head-to-head. I like Davidson plus the points, which is the Bonnies in that.
Rod, I got to ask you a question, man. You usually be locked in on my boys. I thought you was going to talk about them in this slot. Big game. Do you have a premium on that Kansas-Oklahoma game?
And for me, and I'll tell you about what I think of this one. You know me, I'm not. I in the beginning of the year, I liked Oklahoma. Now I don't like Oklahoma. I like Kansas. You should see they're getting a couple of guys back that were injured, and they should be back available for these games. And when those 2 guys are back, yeah, I'm going to go with Kansas. Rock, the reason they're favored on the road. They're trying to bait you in. They're like, come on, don't you want that little bit of 2.5 with Oklahoma? Come on, come on, get that bite. Give me Kansas, and they rock Oklahoma in this one today.
Fair enough. I wanted your opinion in that game. You've been kind of locked in on them Oklahoma boys with me. Tony T.
Yeah, I'm staying away from Oklahoma. Oklahoma's burned me too many times the last 2 seasons.
Right?
They look great on paper, man. When they go on the court, man, they just can't get the job done. And but the non-conference nationals, I call them the non-conference national champions. That's Oklahoma City.
Yeah, right there with you. Romanelli would say, I've been on them Sooners all year, man. I can't get off of them, man.
No. I like a few here this time. So I'm agreeing with the panel here with UCF. I like that one. Also, I like UConn to cover against Marquette. Marquette's has a couple of losses by margin in Big East by Providence at home, and of course the Butler and UConn, just based on their strength defensively at home, and they've covered 6 straight home games, 9 points or greater. And I'm going to look at this Big West team. I'm going to put my faith in Santa Barbara to start to make a comeback here. Really good 3-point shooting team. Hawaii just can't make threes, so that'll be Santa Barbara here at the short number.
Santa Barbara, UC at the crib. Alex Smart, what you like in this slide, my man?
We'll call this one my Ugly Betty game of the week. And this one's a small school situation here between Southeast Louisiana and Houston Christian. Houston Christian just got blasted last time out. 105-54. They come into this game here against a team that's on a winning streak. 5 of their last 5 straight wins, 6 of their last 7. So I find this line just could be a little bit overdone here based on that, these circumstances. And, it's interesting to note, Southeast Louisiana over the last couple of years, after a 4 or more game winning streak are 0-8 ATS, and they're actually minus on the point per game differential of 4.6. This is a team that just doesn't like success and doesn't like to roll with success. And I think they're going to overlook this team, and I think it's going to be a mistake. This is a team that just shit smashed out of them and going to play with a little bit of vengeance here, or redemption. So we're going to go with Houston Christian.
Houston Christian for Alex Smart in this slot. Jovan, talk to me, my man.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Morehead State. Laying the 4, I believe it is right now. It's just a situation where, they've dominated this UT Martin team. Winners of 9 out of last 10 in the series and 7-3 against the spread. So far better team. Against the spread. Just better in a lot of different metrics. So, I'll roll with Morehead State, and I'm gonna give a slight nod to Gardner Webb. Just situation, same thing. Just a better team. I kind of don't like it with the -2.5. So I'll probably play a money line. So that's the extent of the money line. I would lay it at like around 150, 140, somewhere like that. So, yeah, give me Gardner Webb.
All right, fellas, follow me here. I'm taking a deep shot here. I faded this team every single game this season. Today might be the day. We saw the other one get off the snide earlier this week. I think they might do it today, man. Give me Mississippi Valley State, and I'm gonna take the money line today. I'm taking a deep shot money line. You gotta try to take it, man. Alabama A&M, they not good. They're not good. They're not a good program. If anybody was gonna lose to Mississippi Valley State, it would be them. They're playing decently here. I know they've won 3 of their last 4, but I don't know, man. Sometimes I just wake up and I get that gut feeling to take shots on ugly, ugly, ugly dogs. And I got that feeling today to take one on an ugly dog named Mississippi Valley State, who I have faded all year. I know. But give me Mississippi Valley State money line there. And then one more in this slot. I'm gonna roll with my Oklahoma boys, man. I gotta do it.
Shocker there.
It's do or die, man. It's they're entering do or die territory. I know they're banged up in this game. Kansas, though, Kansas is good, but they're overrated a little bit. Like recently on the road, what have they done to suggest that they're gonna be just this dominant team? If Oklahoma come out here and play the ball and be the team that we always thought they would be, they're gonna win this game. And in a do or die situation,
who's this we stuff? He thought they would
He loves everybody from Oklahoma.
Go look at
this. We can go through a list. There's like 10 people he likes from Oklahoma.
This looks just like 2023. You lose every conference game. This looks just like last year.
Me never thought Oklahoma was gonna do very well.
We're gonna
There's
get
no
we. Give me Oklahoma.
But I agree, Kansas is overrated.
We all think Jay was really born in Oklahoma. He just doesn't know it yet.
Nah, I don't know, man. That's the team I was rocking with at the beginning of the year, trying to stay on the wagon. My new team is Iowa State, though. That's my new team.
Shocker there, too.
All right, fellas, let's keep it rolling. If Mississippi Valley State come out money line that today, I need y'all to blow me up on Twitter. Man. All right. Let's see. Where do we stop? We stopped at Lipscomb, Central Arkansas. So that means we're at 4 my time, 5 Eastern. So Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Alabama State. is where we're gonna start this slot. And how big is this slot? Let's see. It's a pretty big slot. A lot of college hoops today, man. I'm trying to make sure we get it all in. We can stop at after 5:30. So we'll stop at Florida A&M, Jackson State, and then that last slot will close it out all in one. So 2 slots to go, fellas. Yep.
What,
We'll start-
Eastern
6:30 Eastern.
5 to
6:30.
6 Eastern.
5 to 6. 5 to
5 to
6:30.
6.
We're living in an Eastern world, Jay.
Yeah,
I know. I'm sorry. I'm Central Time, fellas. So it just throws me completely off. But there we go. Yeah, we'll do that slot right there. Roof. What you like here, my man?
You still throw me off, and I've been listening to it for
I know.
Lord knows how
I gotta
long.
get better. I gotta get better.
That's
Time zones.
it's one of those things where you just keep saying we're gonna get better and never.
I
end
feel
up
like the
changing.
Eastern time zone is the worst time zone anyway. We
It's
need to
the
get
only
off of
time zone that matters, Jay.
that. We need to get off of that.
All people care about is Eastern.
It's because
Central-
I
the
will
world
say when
runs
I-
through New York.
I will say when I was in Vegas, everything felt so much better with the games like all ending at like
Yes, that's the best.
It's like starting at the late game starting at 7:00, but
That's the
Central
best.
time, man. The game start at 6. Late game 10. Beautiful. You get an hour to get home, get situated. Beautiful. Starting at 5 is ridiculous. Starting at 7 is even more ridiculous. That's my opinion. 6. I will take Central or Mountain Time. I think those are the 2 best time zones. Central and Mountain. West Coast, East Coast. Get out of here.
How about Hawaii?
That's a good one.
It's not a good one. You have to wake up at like 6 in the morning to watch NFL football.
True.
Jay's like, I'm not moving to Hawaii.
Jay, I'll fill
Yeah,
the
but
void.
everything's-
You're foolish and lack vision.
But everything's all done in time for dinner. So
Yeah,
Yeah, see, there you go. You're,
it's like my Australian clients.
and then
are
you have
like,
your whole
they're
evening.
just waking up
You have
every
your whole
time
evening
NBA
to go with
playing.
you. I'm up at 5 a.m. anyway, so no difference.
yeah. See, okay. So we've established you're foolish and lack vision. Give me. I like 2 in this. So I'm going to take Colorado State. Laying the points against Utah State. I think this is a great bounce back spot for Colorado State getting back at home. They were up by double digits on San Diego State in that game and then completely crapped the bed in the second half. They scored 11 points, 3 points in the last 10 minutes of that game. I think that was more about San Diego State's defense at home than it was about Colorado State. So I'm going to go with Colorado State back at home. Nice bounce back spot. Utah State, I don't know if I trust them that much on the road. And I like Troy laying the big number against ULM. Troy, just one of the best teams in the Sun Belt. Cover machine at home. Give me Troy laying the big number.
Troy. For Roof. Romanelli, talk to him.
Yeah, I'm looking at Auburn. I mean, this team is really tough to beat at home, and normally I wouldn't take a team after they win by 40, like the Auburn just did against South Carolina. But I still think there's value because it's, you're facing a team and a program like Kentucky, a blue blood that gets a lot of notoriety, and I think that this has been one of the more overrated teams in college basketball. They've got a lot of raw talent, they've got a lot of sharp shooters, but the defense is still not there, and they take a lot of low percentage shots. And if they're not falling for 40 minutes, they're in trouble. Auburn is the type of defense. They're going to force tough shots all game long. Great front court, but also the back court's talented. This is a balanced team. I just think Auburn, it looks like a steep line, but I think it makes sense with how well. I think Auburn's won every home game by double digits this year, if I'm not mistaken. So, and they just continue to blow out teams at home. I'm taking them to lay the points.
What's the ceiling for Auburn this season, Romanelli, in your opinion?
The ceiling is a national championship.
Damn, you think they can get it done?
As a ceiling, yeah. The basement is what every other SEC team does and gets out in the first round or the second round. But, I think that on paper, there's a few teams that, there's a KenPom rule that every team since 2000 or 2001 has been at least, I think, top 37 on offensive efficiency and top 27 in defensive, and Auburn's top 10 in both. So they got that going for them. An experienced coach. They've had a lot of tournament experience. So they could certainly be a team to watch out for.
There you go. Brian B. You liking this slot, my man?
I like Romanelli's pick on Auburn. I think that's a solid play. I like the Maryland Terrapins here plus the 2.5 against Illinois. They've owned Illinois over the last 10, 8, 2 straight up. Maryland over the years has been tough at home. This year they're 11-3. They've been better in years past. I just Maryland, if they're going to make a run, they need to have this game. I'll take Maryland plus the points.
Maryland plus the points in this slot for Brian B. Oh man, Costi.
I have like 2 games in the spot. One, I do agree with Brian. Thank God. So that's a good sign for me on Saturdays. As I said, Maryland at home is very tough. They just play tough at home overall for years, and just like he said, this year not as good, but I still like the points in my back pocket for Maryland. And then the other game I like Washington State. Washington State quietly is one of the best teams in the Pac-12, playing balls out for their last 10. They're 9-1, 8-2 against the number, covering a ton. And Stanford on the road, when they're a dog, they usually get blown out. The games that they've won on the road, they were already a favorite. So they're beating bad teams on the road, but not only losing to good teams, but they're not covering if the spread is a single digit. The double-digit spreads that they got at Arizona, they covered. Same thing at Arizona State. Not Arizona State. When they lost to Arizona State, and Cal back-to-back. So I like them at home, Washington State. I think they're just going to blow the doors off of this team. Should be an easy cover over Stanford.
All right.
Few I like at this time spot. I agree with Chris and Colorado State. There's the reason why that line's so big. Colorado State is the better team at home here, and they did jump out of that big lead, and they just got shut down in that second half against San Diego State. No knock against Colorado State there. I think they bounced back and probably embarrassed them. They scored 11 points, and sure, Utah 6-3 on the road, but they're not a kill machine. They're begging you to take the 6.5 there with Utah on that one. So I'm not doing it. Lay it with Colorado State there. The other one, I agree. I like Illinois to go into Maryland and get themselves the win. Illinois is just playing the better hoops right now, 7-3 in the last 10. I know Maryland has owned them a little bit, but I like Illinois to come in and get the win in that one. And the other one I like here is Lamar taking on New Orleans. There's 2 teams that definitely don't play a whole lot of defense. Lamar giving up 80 points a game. New Orleans giving up 79.6 points a game. And the number's only at 159.5. Take the over. I think we usually get into the 160, 170s in that track meet where zero defense gets played in that one. I would lean to Lamar too. New Orleans is awful this year.
Tony T.
Yeah, I'm agreeing here with the plays on Auburn, Colorado State as well. Utah State's lost their step-up games on the road in the Mountain West, and I'm liking this Eastern Washington team, 11-1 in conference, tops in offensive and defensive efficiency in the Big Sky, hitting nearly 40% from 3, nearly 60% from 2. Give me Eastern Washington.
Eastern Wash, Alex Smart.
Yeah, I saw Rod mention Lamar, and I'm going to go after that small school game. Lamar, New Orleans, absolutely correct on. I projected over here. My numbers projecting over. New Orleans defense is absolutely atrocious. Over 80 points a game. They allow 81 points. In that one game against Lamar last time out, they allowed 98 points, and that was a season high for Lamar this season. I look for them to put up at least 80-plus points here, and for New Orleans to be more aggressive at home and to follow suit. It should be a lot closer game, too. I also like the points here. So New Orleans and Lamar and New Orleans to go over.
There you go, Joe Vaughn.
Yeah, I'm on West Virginia in this one. It's been a bad season for the Mountaineers, but they have pulled off some outright wins against formidable competition. And I think they could do it in this one against Baylor. This isn't the same Baylor team, in years past. They're a good team, but they're not at the level as they were, from 2019 to a couple seasons ago. With that said, I think, this is too many points, but I think the Mountaineers could get it done outright. So I would say spread, money line, whatever. In that one,
I was going to that game, Jovan. I was gonna take Baylor.
no, I'm not. I'm not rolling with. I'm not rolling with Baylor. Not in that spot. And Brown. I'm gonna roll with Brown. It's just the fate of a Penn team who's just too turnover happy, and there's really not much more to say to that. I think Penn might have played it. Well, might have took down. No, actually, Brown did beat Penn in the first matchup, 70-61. So I think it's gonna be a serious sweep in that one. Then I'm gonna roll with Vandy. A lot of points now. Can Tennessee, lay waste to this team? Absolutely. But I think that it's just going to be a situation where the back door is wide open. The Volunteers down throttle at last 5 minutes or whatever in the game, and Vandy sneaks in the back door.
Fair enough. I'm still gonna roll with the Bears. I'm gonna roll with Baylor. I like Baylor, and I've been a Baylor hater most of the season. I'm gonna be honest. I've been a Baylor hater. I've been saying the same thing Javon said. I don't think they're as good as they have been in years past. But when you just look at what they've done recently, home win over Iowa State, who I think is possibly going to win the Big 12. Kicked the crap out of Texas Tech. I know they lost to Kansas on the road, but that last game over my Oklahoma boys, man, they kicked the living crap out of them. I think they do go in here and ball on the road. We see them ball over UCF. West Virginia, they have had their spots this season. They have. But they've also gotten their doors blown out, like at Texas. At home, they did beat Cincinnati, but they got beat up by BYU. I think Baylor's head and shoulders better than BYU as well. I think the Bears win by double digits in that one. I do. I wouldn't want to fade them in the form that they're starting to become. Earlier in the season, I think they were fadeable. Right now, I don't think they are. I'm on the Bears in that one.
Jay, the only thing one game is, after that all-out effort against Oklahoma, I think that's where we see some of this line. The true line here, if you really do the mathematics behind it, is a double digit win for Baylor. But can they, that's the only thing we're dealing with from my standpoint is can they
I get it.
back off all that huge complete effort.
Overreaction for last game.
No, I get it. I totally get it. I wouldn't be surprised if they won the game by like 4 or 5. West Virginia compete because they have done that in certain spots. But I also wouldn't be surprised if, like you said, like the Baylor just do what they supposed to and air them out.
Right. All the line.
Yeah, they hit their threes. They're going to win. They shoot the most threes in the country.
Right.
We'll see. It's going to be a good game. All right, fellas, let's end out the college hoop slate. Let's go Indiana State, South Illinois, all the way through Nevada, UNLV. I'll start this slot off because I realize I have been going last the entire time. Hey, I'm going to start with the game at the top of the slot. I'm going to take my Salukis. I'm going to take my Southern Illinois, man. I think these boys win this game outright, in all honesty. I really do. Indiana State blew the doors off of the Salukis earlier this season. I'm talking about, what was it, like a 30-point win in Indiana State? It was a bad spot for the Salukis, though. And it was so far ago, I think they're a completely different team now than they were then. Playing some really good basketball right now. Indiana State, I think that we saw them lose to Illinois State. I know they blew them out, but I just think the Salukis coming here locked in, man. Bounce back spot at home after getting completely embarrassed. I think they beat them outright, man, and continue to roll. It takes Southern Illinois in that one. I know I probably wasn't the best explanation in that spot from me, but I like them. I like the Salukis to win that game outright, to be honest. I just do. And then I'm going to lay the points with the Antelopes, man. I've been all over the Antelopes. I've been all over Grand Canyon this season. Hey, this team keeps rolling. We just
Cal
saw.
Baptist is trash.
Yeah. There you go, Tony T. There you go, Tony T. You said it before I could. Just a short, sweet, simple. Cal Baptist is just garbage. The Antelopes, I wouldn't be surprised if they were up 15 at half. In all honesty, give me the Antelopes in that one. Roof.
Yeah, I'll go 3 quick ones here. I'm going to go with Boise State, lay the big number. It's big for a reason. Fresno State down to 5 players that have played 4+ minutes per game this season. This team's injury ravaged. They're throwing out jerseys to the student section to try to fill the bench. So give me Boise State in that one. Give me Michigan plus the 5.5 against Michigan State. Big struggle for Michigan's been playing on the road because Doug McDaniel, their best player, has been suspended for the road games, but he gets to play at home. And the home team's covered 11 straight in this series. So give me Michigan State. Give me Michigan over plus the points against Michigan State in what I think is now Michigan's Super Bowl. They're not going anywhere. And short and simple, give me Gonzaga over Pacific. Pacific is dumpster fire. If Gonzaga plays to their potential, they win that game by 40.
50.
60.
70.
You raised. I raised you. You raised me.
Romanelli, talk
Alternate line.
I'm going to agree with my man Ruffalo. I like Michigan plus the points. Last year was a disaster season for the Wolverines because they had Hunter Dickinson, didn't make the NCAA tournament. This season's been a disaster season because they're 8-17. But like Chris said, it's their Super Bowl. This is their big rival. And last year during the disaster season, they beat Michigan State outright at home, 84-72. Blowout win. So getting 5.5 points here, a huge rivalry. Michigan is better than its current record. It's a bad team, but it's not as bad as 8-17. I think Michigan competes here, and I wouldn't want to be laying this many points with Michigan State on the road. We've seen on the road in conference play, they lost at Minnesota, lost by 15 at Wisconsin, lost by 14 at Northwestern, lost to Illinois on the road, lost to Nebraska on the road. Can't trust them here.
There you go. I think I had Michigan State the first time. In the first time earlier this year, I would probably go Michigan in this game too as well. Michigan. Brian, talk to me.
Well, for me, we're going to pile on here. I think Michigan out of this time slot's the best play. I mean, this is a huge rivalry. They got smacked around at Michigan State. Michigan State hasn't performed on the road all year, really. So you're getting almost 2 possessions. I think you got to take Michigan. And then the other play, people might make fun of me, but I'll take DePaul plus the points. I think there's just people that automatically fade DePaul. They're terrible. But I think this is just slightly too many points for Providence here. So I'm going to take the points with DePaul plus 19.5.
You know me, man. I'm Mr. Fade the hell out of DePaul.
You know me, I like
know.
my crappy teams.
I know. And
See
I don't
that UConn
know.
game?
And I don't know if I'm landing with Providence in this game either. Providence is not one of them teams I'm willing to lay 20 with. So if there was ever a spot, Brian, where I would even look in the direction of DePaul, it might be there. I took Mississippi Valley State money line today, so I might as well go with DePaul too.
Jay's already withdrawing from NBA. He's making these crazy decisions.
You feel me? And no NBA, man. Hey, gotta get an itch. You know what I mean?
No Pistons on the board tonight.
You feel me? Costi, talk to me, my man. What you like here?
I'm not going to change my pick because of what I've heard. I love Providence in this spot. I've been fading the hell out of DePaul. They are literally
You're right.
last in every single offensive category, and DePaul's top 50 against field goal percentage defensively. I think they're going to shut these boys down. They already beat them by close to 40 on the road. I think this is going to be a rout. Do I love laying 19 points with Providence? No, but quietly Providence has been balling and covering. They're 16-9, and at home they're 13-2. I'm not touching DePaul at all. I love Providence. I think they're going to beat this team by 20, 30 points easily. I think it might come down to maybe, a 22-point win late because they get to potentially try to sneak in a backdoor cover. But DePaul is one of the worst teams I've seen in college basketball in a long time. And they're not getting any better. So Providence for me.
Fair enough. Hot Rod Zawacki, what you liking?
I got a few in the spot. We're gonna go to the Clemson game first, and you look. A lot of people jumping on the other side of that one, figuring it's a big letdown for Clemson. I don't think so. This Clemson team has won 6 straight head to head, and I think at home, and they play their best hoops. I got Clemson by double digits in that one, so I'm going to lay the 7.5 with Clemson there. I agree. Zags by like 40, 50, 60 blowout of Pacific in that one. So I had the Zags in that one, and I'm going to the other side. I'm not taking Michigan. Michigan stakes. And we've seen Michigan State start their season off a little bit slow and get things going, but guess what? They're getting things going, and I think they got a double-digit win. They come into Ann Arbor and get themselves a win by 10 plus. Give me Michigan State. Sparty big today, boys. Not Michigan. Michigan, don't do it. Yuck.
Michigan.
You're crazy, Rod. You're crazy.
We went in the hat. I'll take Michigan State.
All right, let's go. Hat 5.5.
Okay.
Ooh, you could have got 6, Brian. You could have got 6.
Nah, 5. I want to give Rod a good deal here. 5.5 is fine.
Hat bet on live show. Michigan State. Should be a good one. I'm gonna be tuned in for that one. Tony T, talk to me.
All right, I'm going to do it again. Go against USC. That's been money, man.
They on the bet list. They on there.
They're on the bet against list. Call them the bet against list. Put them on. You should have a bet against list. Just bet against USC. Colorado, they make their threes, they make their free throws, and USC cannot defend for the life of themselves in the Pac-12. They can't rebound. They're giving up 39% from 3. Come on, too much talent to allow that perimeter shooting. They lost 4 of 14 in conference, dropped 5 at home. The Buffs shoot well in conference, so we'll look at Colorado. We'll also look at Utah Tech +6 against Seattle. Seattle's not been a really good road team, losing 7 of 9 and struggling shooting the basketball. Trailblazers shoot the ball well at home and defend with Utah Tech here plus the points.
There you go. Alex, talk to me, my man.
We're going to go with some Pac-12 action. And, California's been a team that a lot of people have been on. They've had a good season. They've done some covering for bettors. I think they've been underrated a lot of times. But, this is a funny situation here for them. They just, previous to this trip to Washington State, they had a win over USC and then a very close, heartbreaking loss against UCLA. UCLA's top-tier defense to shut them down. Then they went into Washington State last time out, absolutely annihilated. Okay, that was a letdown situation. So here we are. Are they going to bounce back? I say, because they're away from home still, they still haven't recovered from that, those 2 games and the annihilation. Redemption's not always a big thing with these young guys. They when they're down and they're out, are they going to come back off the mat? I really don't think so here. And I think that Washington puts another beating on them like they almost had last time out. How much? As long as we cover the number here around 7.
There you go. Alex. Jovan, close us out, my man.
Yep. Yeah, I'm on Clemson. It's just a situation where Clemson is in better form, winners of the last 3 games, whereas NC State, think they lost their last 2. And Clemson is basically owned NC State. Winners of the last 6 in, I think they covered all 6 of those games. So until further notice, I'm on the Tigers. Michigan, what more can I say about that? It's a rivalry game. You already know it's football, basketball, the whole thing. But in this particular series, the home team has won. I only look back towards the last 10 games, but the home team has won every last one of those games. So you follow that trend, you're gonna win some money. So Michigan's in play for outright. And it might not happen because Michigan State needs it. They're running on 9 losses this season, and the 10th one against this team would be crushing to the NCAA tournament chances. But I'm on Michigan, so spread, money line, and then Princeton. Princeton's a tough one, because Yale's the class of the Ivy League, and they pretty much owned Princeton in this series. Although Princeton did knock out Yale in the to go to the tournament last year, so I'm on the Tigers. I don't like the line. I don't like the 3.5, but I'm gonna lean Princeton in this one. I think Yale gets their first loss of the Ivy League season.
There you go. Hey, that's all 144 college hoops games. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna ask all the guys what they're selling today, and if they have a college hoops game that they might have missed, they can give it to us for us there. And then we're gonna move on to hockey. I know everybody doesn't want to talk.
We're not gonna do 3-point shootout and dunk contest winners.
We can.
What
We'll talk about that in a second. But
support, man. It's the most important thing tonight.
We will. But let's go to Roof first. Roof, what you selling today? And was there any college hoops game on the board that you might have missed?
Well, the college hoops game that I think I missed was Washington State. I agree with that. Stanford, they live and die by the 3, and they couldn't. I think they shot below 30% against the second worst 3-point defense in the conference in Washington. Lost that game by 20. So if those shots aren't falling, which I don't think they will against Washington State, they're in trouble. So I think Washington State a great play. But for me today, got my $19 college hoops play of the day. Got a couple of 3-packs and a 5-pack from college hoops. Also got a 3-pack in the NHL. Like I said, we swept the board yesterday, hoping to carry that forward today. So best value, I'll grab a long-term pass, 3-day and 7-day, or actually both less than buying the each individual package daily today, and you get extra plays as well. So definitely check those out. And use that promo code PICK at checkout.
There you go. Hop on with Rufalo. Romanelli, what you selling today? And was there anything that you left off?
Yeah, I'd say maybe take a shot with Louisville plus the points. You know, Pittsburgh coming off the big win at Virginia. They've been a great road team, and at home, land this many points, can't really get behind that. But I'm selling 3 college basketball plays in a 3-pack. You can also get my bank shot best bet, as well as an NHL play, believe it or not. I don't do too much NHL, but this was a game I just couldn't pass up. So got that on the site for sale. And I'm going to have to leave, guys, but I saw a lot of people on Valentine's Day say that they love me in the comments. I got to say, guys, I love you more.
Oh,
thank you.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Have a good one.
Appreciate you, Romanelli. We'll see you soon, my man.
He didn't tell you that I sent that to him.
Oh. Gotta love Romanelli, man. Gotta love Romanelli. Kind of threw my order off there. It's Brian B next. Brian, anything left off the college hoops card? And what are you selling today?
Yeah, Romanelli probably took the Islanders, but in any event, I'd probably lean towards taking the Texas Longhorns plus the points. I probably missed that one. Houston's tough at home. I just think there's too much. I think that's just a lot of points. I think Texas can keep it within under double digits today. So, but as far as what I'm selling today, I got my Fantastic 5 college basketball Saturday all day pass from 12 noon, takes you through 10 p.m. All 5 picks for $50 at pickdogs.com. Right now, rated number 1 in college basketball, win percentage in units won. If you want my best bet, my titanium play, you can get in on that all afternoon. I'm 26, 12, and 1, 69% last 39, and 55, 25, and 1, 69% last 81. So the best bet titanium is probably the way to go. Over at pickdogs.com. Let's sweep the board.
There you go. Hop on with Brian B over at Pick Dogs Premium. Hot Rod Zawacki. Anything you left off the board, and what are you selling today? Can't hear you. You're muted.
My bad. Sorry. I am muted. There we go. For me, I left off. I like Cleveland State at home here against Youngstown. They won 14 straight at home versus conference opponents, and I think that's worth a shot. We'll sprinkle on the money line. I think Cleveland's taking out Youngstown in that one at home. And for me, I'm selling. I got an early 5-pack in college hoops. I've got a 3-pack in the late night games, and then I've got a 3-pack in the NHL, plus a bunch more long-term bonus plays in college hoops as well. So your best bet is jump on something long-term instead of buying all those packages. That way you don't miss out on any of the plays I got going today. Pair me out. Use that. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper deal, 3-for-1 capper deal. As you see, all the cappers on the show, we've been hot. Start 2024. So definitely having 2-3 cappers in your pocket, making you money. Definitely not a bad way to go. And as Chris said, use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save 50% off.
There you go. Hey, Ron ain't lying. If y'all go look at the leaderboards at Pick Dogs Premium right now, everybody hot. So it seemed that way. Tony T.
Yep. I've got the game I left off was I like UNLV here based on their shooting form. I know Nevada's had some good success against UNLV, but I like what I'm seeing from this Rebels team. They've been shooting the ball very well over the past 5 games, 51%. Nevada's defense been tailing off a bit here, although they've faced a gauntlet of a schedule in the Mountain West of late. But I like UNLV at that short number at home. I've got an early 3-pack, and I'm working on a primetime 3-pack today from College Hoops. So get on board or go long-term with me. My 3-cent or 30-hour sports pass, that's the way to roll. And if with a parlay, I would like Houston and Colorado.
A 2-teamer from Tony T there. Costi, talk to me.
Right now, I have 1 play posted. I'll probably be adding about 5 or 6 games throughout the day as the lines move. That's what we really do on the Telegram access for our VIP clients. We add games, we upgrade them to different value just based on how the public's moving. And if we're seeing that we have more added value to the game, jump on. If you're a bankroll of 10K or more, you work with me one-on-one. We're already released 2 college baseball games yesterday, so that's already started. NBA, college basketball is going. Obviously, NBA will be back next week, but if you're trying to treat it more like a business and work with Eric or myself, because right now Eric is killing the ATP tour in tennis, a lot of golf. So you're going to get a fully diversified portfolio if you're really trying to trade sports, not bet on them, because obviously you're not going to be watching any of these sub-market games. So you give me a call or text at 775-636-7674.
There you go. Hop on with Costi over at Sharp Trading Plays. Alex, my man, did you leave any game off today on the College Hoops card? And what are you selling today?
No, I hit everything I think we needed to hit, to the point. We hit it to the point, and that's the most important thing. I've got College Hoops obviously on for today. Key game, Virginia Tech and North Carolina. I have the side on that game. We have a small school side crusher also. That's an advantage player's dream. Join me for that one. Really get some points here and definitely have an edge as compared to what my math says on this line. Also, we've got a total smash, really rocking it with totals for a long time now. Hit 2 of 3 yesterday, 93-56, 63% run on CBB, college basketball totals. Over this last little while, $30,000 in dime player profits for anybody who's joined me. And finally, we have NHL Power Play, Canes at night. So that should be a big game, but there is an edge here that is in the write-up. So join me. We'll make some money. And moving forward, the best thing to do is get one of those long-term packages because you're going to save a ton of money.
There you go. Jovant, what you selling today, man? And was there anything you left off from College Hoops?
What did I leave off? It's a funny line, but I'll say Vermont. It went down from like 5 to like 2.5 or something like that. Might be some shenanigans going on in that one, but hey, I'm gonna still roll with it. Vermont. Yeah, but I got a 5-pack going in the noon time slot. This card is really front loaded. The best games are in the first couple hours of the day from noon to 2 o'clock. So I got a 5-pack in that. Then I got 3 packs the rest of the day. In the mid-afternoon time slot, that's 2 o'clock. Another 3-pack in the 4 o'clock time slot, that's the late afternoon one. And then another 3-pack going up for the nighttime games. And for parlay, I got a couple parlays. I got Clemson, K-State, and UNC in a 3-pack, and then another 3-pack, all money line plays. West Virginia, Michigan, and Brown.
There you go. Hop on with Jovan today at Pick Dogs Premium. Fellas, I have a 3-pack in College Hoops today. You guys can scoop that up over at Pick Dogs Premium. I have a College Hoops play of the day. I have an NHL play of the day. And I have 7 plays total if you're on my long term. So, yeah, man, no NBA, but we're still locked and loaded with some college and some NHL. NBA be back in a week or so, and we'll continue to cook that up. You can hop on something even longer term, though. If you're rocking with me, rock with me. And let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. Let's talk some All-Star festivities quickly, and then we'll go NHL. I don't have anything on the slam dunk contest. Yesterday on the drive-thru, I told you guys who I believe was winning the three-point contest. I'm going with my man Tyrese Halliburton, the hometown hero. Plus 450 to 550 was the range I was seeing it at last night. I already bet it. It's a pretty decent field, but I'm rolling with Tyrese Halliburton in that one. That's really all I'm betting for All-Star. If I were to bet the All-Star game, I would lean West. I'm probably not going to bet that though. So that's all I really got for the All-Star festivities. I'll put a couple dollars on Tyrese Halliburton to win the three-point contest. Roof, any All-Star festivities for you this weekend?
Nothing for me. I'm just going to kick back, enjoy it, and just watch some of the festivities. I always just watch for the fun of it. The All-Star game, I have to do the video for it. I'm telling you, going to be interesting, but we'll get through it. We'll figure it out.
There you go. Hot Rod, anything from you for the All-Star festivity?
For me in the All-Star festivities, I agree with you. I like I like Halliburton to win the three-point contest there, and I think the dunk contest is a foregone conclusion. We've seen that line open up with McClung, and he's just. If you are take a shot with someone, maybe to beat him, but top it maybe beat him, but I don't think so. I think he wins it outright. I don't see any difference there. And in that Curry and
Sabrina,
and Sabrina in that one, you know what? I like the over. I think we see a whole lot of threes. I think she's better than what people are giving her credit for. She does have to shoot at the NBA three-point line, so there is a slight little bit of a difference between the WNBA three-point line and the NBA three-point line, but she's that good. I think you can also find. I found she hits 8 in a row, and you can get that at a nice plus price. I think she just gets into her rhythm, and when she starts shooting. So I think they go over the total combined. 45.5, I believe, is the threes combined. I think they get over.
There you go.
And how can you not take your Halliburton to win the MVP on Sunday?
I want to. I don't think the East wins. I think the West wins. That's why I don't. Me and Tony T kind of talked about that yesterday. Is it worth a shot? I think it is, but I think the West probably wins the game, and I doubt they're gonna give teams All-Stars, or you know what I mean. So that's why I kind of just like the three-point contest. If I did have an MVP vote though, Rod, it would be Halliburton for the All-Star game.
You got it.
Yeah, hometown hero. Tony T.
Well, we talked about this in the drive-thru yesterday. I just think the young guy is going to get the minutes in the West, and that's Devin Booker. I think by default he wins the MVP because the older guys don't want to play, and that'll be noticeable because they only want to play at the end of the game. But by that time, Devin Booker will be in a good rhythm. So I'm looking for an underdog there. And man, I just think Steph at minus 220 beats Sabrina. You got different ball, different rims, different height on the rim. I just got to look at that route as a parlay piece.
There you go. If I were to bet the Sabrina Steph, I would go Steph too. He's the greatest shooter ever. Like,
yeah, you can't bet against him. He's gonna.
I like Sabrina.
He's gonna win it. I don't.
There's a reason she's even competing in this thing, but still Steph. And minus 220. Yeah. Parlay piece, like Tony T said. I like that, Tony. Brian, any All-Star festivities from you?
No, I'm gonna roof load the All-Star game.
There you go, Costi.
So just hear me out. I have a strategic plan for this three-point contest. Halliburton does not get off his feet when he shoots a three. That means he doesn't have to reset for quick releases. He could be in rhythm more, less time, more time to shoot, not be in a rush, less of a release. Going with Halliburton in the three-point contest. And in the slam dunk contest, I'm going Jaylen Brown. I think he's going to upset McClung. He's always been a hooper. He could dunk. I never take the big guys, so Obi Toppin, not interested. It just doesn't look good when a real tall guy is dunking, no matter how the creative the dunk is. So that's why most of the time those guys don't win. Give me Jaylen Brown.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Alex Smart, any All-Star festivities from you, my man?
Very, very limited and just old school. Hey, over. Bet the over.
Yeah.
Just keep it conservative.
There you go.
384.5, I think. Was that what is that? Is that what it is?
Is there a prop team gets to 200?
386.5.
It's went up. See, it's went up. It's on the rise.
Over 388, I just wouldn't go.
Are they still doing the Elam ending?
Nah.
No,
They're not.
old school, east, west,
Yep.
quarters.
I like the Elam ending. They actually like balled out for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. Jovan, any All-Star festivities from you?
Nah, nothing at all. I checked out all that years ago.
I feel you. I understand. All right. Let's talk some NHL. I know everybody don't want to talk NHL. If you want to talk NHL, just let us know. But it is a huge hockey card today, man, and we got to talk about it. Roof, I'll actually let you.
Oh, don't do this to me.
I'm gonna let you do this, my man. Split us up and take us through the the NHL. I'm here, but
Lord, what'd you do to the host chair, man? You left like a weird butt groove in it. We'll go through the afternoon action. We'll split it afternoon and evening. So the afternoon games, Kings and Bruins. You got the Oilers and the Stars, Sens and Blackhawks. Got Detroit and Calgary, Buffalo, Minnesota, Nashville, St. Louis, and Florida, Tampa Bay. Jay, I'll hand it right back to you first.
Fair. Give me my Stars, Roof. Give me my Stars, man. We're red hot. Oilers, they were red hot recently. But since that winning streak they were on, they've kind of been like on a win one, lose one type thing. I don't like that they're on an extended road trip. I think the Stars are just flat out one of the best teams in hockey. And while they're this hot, I don't want to fade them. They just put up 9 on Nashville, puck-lined Carolina. They look good right now. We've already seen them beat the Oilers once this season. It was back in November, so it has been quite some time. I got to roll with the home team. I think they're the better team anyway, playing the better hockey right now. I'm going to roll with my home team there, Roof. Shocker, I know. I got some more for you in a second.
And in breaking news, the sky is still blue. Rod, anything?
Well, for me, I gotta agree with that. I just the Oilers in this spot during the day. I don't know. They just don't fare so well in day games. So I would have to lean to Dallas as well. And we know how much of an Oilers fan I am. So I would take Dallas in this one. Dallas is also in their last 10 games, the favorites won, and Dallas is favored for a reason here in this one. So I would go Dallas. The other one I like Boston to get their bounce back. You look at Boston, they've won 9 straight games following a home loss. I think they get the win here in that one. And guess what? I'm going to go with Chicago or Ottawa. Ottawa stakes. They lost 10 straight to these Blackhawks. Have Ottawa. And I think Bedard got his first game back. It was Pittsburgh got the revenge in that one, but I think that he gets his legs under him and he starts to go. And Chicago gets the win. Ottawa on the road stinks. So I like Chicago in that one. And then another one, I got to go with Detroit.
I do.
I got to take Detroit. Calgary sucks. If you can lose to the Sharks, then you can lose to Detroit. And you know what Detroit loves to do? They love to beat up on teams on losing streaks. Calgary's lost 2 straight. Detroit 8-0 versus teams on losing streaks. Take Detroit to beat up on Calgary in that one.
I got a robber. Just trying to take my money, Jay.
Got any NBA locks today?
I do.
3-point contest, dunk contest.
Alex, you got anything?
Yeah, I've pissed all over the Boston Bruins for playing such great hockey for long periods of time, like not taking the Energizer or Bunny rest for any period of time. But I'm liking what I see in here. They're slumping a little bit. That's good. Mid-season slump. Maybe this year they're going to get a Stanley Cup instead of losing their minds last year, playing all their hockey, coming into the playoffs, absolutely exhausted because they just didn't stop. So I like to see these breaks. I like to see these breaks for teams like this. How about we'll say, not necessarily picking Boston today, but let's make a futures bet on Boston to make it to the finals.
See it.
I can see it.
Brian, what about you?
Well, if I didn't look too much into hockey today, but I'm just going to go with the lines that just don't look right. I'll go with Rod's favorite team in hockey, the Calgary Flames, minus 140 to take a team that's I think they're the biggest underachievers this year in the NHL. I'm going to take a chance here with Calgary at home. And then Nashville, the Predators, what are they, 2-7-1 over their last 10? Really need this one. St. Louis has been hot over the last 10 games. Just line doesn't really make sense to me. I'll take the Nashville Predators on the money line.
Predators, worst name in sports.
Costa, you got anything here?
Ruffalo.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Rod. I like the Blackhawks here. Not often I'm trying to catch the fallen knife with
I'm
Chicago.
gonna catch this one with y'all. I'm gonna try to. Roof.
But I think this is Connor Bedard's return if he hasn't already. So
this will be his second game back.
Second game back. Okay, so
this will be a second.
I think once he gets his feet, I mean, he gives this team a boost. In Ottawa, yeah, terrible on the road. They haven't beat Chicago since 2014. Yeah, sometimes the team just has your number, and I think that's what Chicago's got here. So give me the Blackhawks there. And not often I'm going to go against the Florida Panthers in a coin flip price, but Tampa Bay getting a cheaper price at home where they play their better hockey. I think that's just where I want to be in this one. I got to take the Lightning here at the coin flip price. Simple as that. Not passing up on the Bolts at home. And then we'll go with our final six, the evening slate: Washington and Montreal, Anaheim, Toronto, Philadelphia, New Jersey, the Stadium Series. Got Winnipeg, Vancouver, Columbus, San Jose, and Carolina, Vegas. Jay?
Hey, man, I caught the plus money price with these boys the other day. Huge plus money price, man. I'm going back to them. I'm going back. I really don't even understand the line, in all honesty. I'm taking the San Jose Sharks money line. The Blue Jackets is ass. Let's just call a spade a spade. They're trash. Garbage. All right? Favored by this price on the road, stop it. Give me the Sharks at this plus money price, man. I think they're playing the better hockey right now. Currently, I think they get them at the crib, man. I'm taking the Sharks. They're going to stack 2 wins in a row. That sounds insane, but they're going to do it. And then I'm going to take the Hurricanes, man. The Hurricanes, hey, last night I was sitting there watching like, God damn, these Hurricanes is rolling. Boy, I had the Coyotes last night. It was sad. Hurricanes jumped out on them boys early. I know Vegas is really good. I understand that. But I also think there's a reason why the line is even with Carolina on the road, because Carolina is really good. They're playing well. I see them on the back end of a back-to-back, even with travel getting it done. The two I like here is the Hurricanes and the Sharks.
Rod, anything here?
And for me, in these ones, you know what I like? I like the Flyers to beat up on the Devils. Devils at home, definitely not where they play their best hockey. And the Flyers, they love to play on Saturday. They're 7-0 on Saturday is their record. So give me the Flyers in that one. The other one I like the Ducks. I'll take the puck and a half here. We know the Leafs. Their puck line cover at home is abysmal. And you know what? The Ducks have been making people money on the road this season. They may not have above 500 record, but if you bet the Ducks on the road all season long, then guess what? They've been paying you money because the Ducks, they get such a high price as a road dog that you're getting usually 2 times your money, sometimes 3 times your money. So they've been winning people money. If you just blindly bet the Ducks on the road this season, I'm going to take the Ducks plus the puck and a half in that one.
Ducks against the Maple Labs.
And definitely take Dallas today because guess what? Picard is getting the start for the Oilers in this one. If you like Calvin Picard, yeah, you have fun with that. Give me Dallas in this one. Oh, was that in the last time slot? I'm going to take Dallas again. It's just I see that it's confirmed that Picard is going to get the start for the Oilers in this one. Yikes.
Alex, you got anything here?
You know, I looked at with the if I can spit this out, the Bedard situation. So this is his second game back now, and there's an old saying in thoroughbred horse racing: when you get a top tier horse that's been off a layoff for a while, 3rd race in. So I'll wait one more game. That's when we'll ride Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks. So that's a fade. That's a fade. That's a fade on Chicago Blackhawks today.
Brian, you got anything in the evening slot?
No, I like Jay's pick on the Carolina Hurricanes. It's Carolina on a back-to-back, but Vegas is only about minus 115 to bet them. Kind of sends up the red flags. Anytime I can get Carolina at this price, I think I'm in on it. And also the Winnipeg Jets, they were struggling recently, but I think they're starting to turn it around. Plus 106 with Winnipeg. I'll take the Jets in Carolina here.
Costa taking a Ruffalo on the full card?
Of course.
I never know with you.
Some days I get, some days I get a little excited. Tonight, UFC, huge card. Can't wait for that as well.
Yeah, fair enough. I think the only one here for me is I'm with Jay. I'm going to take the Sharks. Only because the Blue Jackets shouldn't be favored against anybody to begin with, but especially on the road. Sharks play their best hockey at home. 9 of their 15 wins have come at home. Yeah, why not? Give me the Sharks here.
I think that game
in the line. Why the hell are the Blue Jackets like a minus 150 favorite? Stop it.
See, that would make me want to take Columbus, though, when I see that line.
they're a manager, and so there's people out there saying, hey, they're going to have a great game. They got to get their acts together here because hey, the new boss is watching over us. Maybe. Yeah.
Go Sharks. All right, fellas. Well, I guess that concludes the show, really. Let's bring Jovan back in. Parlay time. Let's give out some parlays and let's get on up out of here for the day. Ruffalo, you got a parlay for me?
I do. Let's go with Washington State. Let's go with trying to scroll back through, trying to remember who I picked. Let's go with jeez, man, there's so many games. Let's go with Washington State. We'll go with Kansas State and Akron.
I'll go with Iowa State. I'm gonna go Houston Cougars. Iowa State, Houston Cougars, and one more. I can't find it. I'll lay it with Auburn. 3-team. We'll go 3 big games today. 3 big game hunting parlay. Hi, Rod. What you got for me?
We're going to go to the Dallas Stars on the money line. We're going to take the over in Lamar and New Orleans, and we're going to take Clemson, lay the points. 3-teamer.
Any parlay from you today, Alex?
I prefer to pass. Thanks.
There you go. Brian B.
Yeah, Boston College, and Boston. Oh, no, I can't take the same team. I'll take Boston College to stomp Miami, Michigan plus the points, and Maryland plus the points.
3-teamer. Costing.
3-teamer. Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Central Florida. Stetson.
Jovan.
Yeah, I already gave up 2 parlays, but I'll give up one more. This one's going to be a 4-teamer. Valpo, Princeton, Gardner-Webb, Vandy.
4-teamer from Jovan. Hey, fellas. We appreciate each and every one of you guys that tune in and join us on these shows, man. It means a ton. Our best bets, remember, are at the premium side. Money making Saturday. No NBA today, but plenty of action across the board. Let's make some money today. We appreciate each and every one of y'all boys and girls. We're out of here. Peace.